Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Now, when people think of Africa, they often picture vast savannas, incredible wildlife, maybe a beautiful sunset. And yes, we have all of that. But there's another side to the continent. A side of immense strength, strategic power, and serious hardware. It's a side that commands respect on the global stage. Today, we're counting down the top 10 strongest military forces in Africa. We're talking about the nations that are not just regional powerhouses, but are making their presence felt worldwide. It's a story of power, politics, and pride. Now, before we get into it, let's be clear about how we're ranking these giants. This isn't just about who has the most soldiers, although that's part of it. This list is based on a comprehensive look at overall military strength. We're considering everything: the size of their active and reserve personnel, the quality and quantity of their equipment, from tanks and fighter jets to naval fleets. And of course, we're looking at the hard data from global rankings like the Global Firepower Index. It's a complex puzzle, but we've put the pieces together for you. So grab your popcorn, maybe some biltong if you can find it, and settle in. This is going to be fascinating. We'll journey from the shores of the Mediterranean to the tip of the continent, uncovering the military might that shapes regional dynamics and global security. Some of the countries on this list might surprise you, while others are the undisputed heavyweights. Are you ready? Let's see which countries make the cut. Kicking off our list at number 10 is Libya. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Libya, with all the turmoil and internal conflict? And you'd be right to ask. The country has been through more drama than a season finale of a telenovela. For over a decade, it's been a story of division and strife. But here's the thing about potential. It doesn't just disappear, it waits. And Libya's military potential is undeniable, even if it's currently fractured. It's like a superhero who's forgotten how to use their powers, but still has the cape in the closet. Before the civil war, Libya boasted a formidable arsenal, much of which is still in the country, albeit split between different factions. We're talking about a significant number of tanks, armored vehicles, and aircraft. The challenge, of course, has been unifying these assets under a single, stable command structure. It's like trying to get your extended family to agree on what to watch on TV. Nearly impossible. And someone always storms off. The ongoing political instability is the single biggest hurdle to Libya, realizing its full military strength. However, there are signs of change on the horizon. International efforts and a weary desire for peace are slowly pushing towards reunification. If, and it's a big if, Libya can achieve lasting political stability, it has the foundation to rapidly rebuild its military into a cohesive and powerful force once again. The oil wealth provides the financial means, and the strategic location in the Mediterranean gives it immense geopolitical importance. It's a classic case of a sleeping giant. The human element is also key. Libyan fighters on all sides have gained extensive, albeit tragic, combat experience over the last decade. This isn't a force that only knows parade grounds. They've been tested in complex, modern urban warfare. Harnessing that experience and channeling it into a professional national army is the ultimate goal. It's a long road, but the potential for a powerful, unified Libyan military keeps it firmly on our list as one to watch. So, while Libya's current ranking reflects its challenges, it also acknowledges its immense latent power. It's a story of what could be. It represents the hope that from the ashes of conflict, a stronger, more stable nation can emerge with a military to match. It's a testament to the idea that even in the most difficult of times, strength can endure, waiting for the right moment to reassert itself. For that reason, Libya starts our countdown. Coming in at number 9, we travel just next door to Tunisia. Now, Tunisia might not be the first country that springs to mind when you think of military might. It's famous for its beautiful coastlines, ancient ruins, and for being the cradle of the Arab Spring. It's the quiet, well-read cousin at the family gathering. But don't let its calm demeanor fool you. Tunisia has been quietly and methodically building a modern, professional, and highly capable military force, earning it a solid spot on our list. The Tunisian armed forces have focused on quality over quantity. They've understood that in modern warfare, a well-trained soldier with advanced equipment is worth more than a dozen without. Their strategy has been one of smart modernization, often with significant support from Western partners like the United States and France. This has allowed them to acquire advanced surveillance technology, modern patrol boats to secure their coastline, and sophisticated equipment to counter threats in a very tough neighborhood. They're playing chess, not checkers. One of Tunisia's key strengths is its role in regional security, particularly in counter-terrorism. Situated between Algeria and Libya, Tunisia is in a geopolitically sensitive spot. It has had to become incredibly adept at border security and intelligence gathering. Its special forces are highly respected and have gained valuable experience in dealing with extremist threats. They are the silent guardians of the Maghreb, working tirelessly behind the scenes to maintain stability. It's a tough job, but they've proven they are more than up to the task. Furthermore, the Tunisian military is known for its professionalism and its respect for democratic institutions, which is not something you can take for granted. During the political upheavals of the Arab Spring, the military played a crucial role in ensuring a peaceful transition by refusing to fire on its own people. This has earned it a deep well of trust and respect from the Tunisian population, which is an invaluable asset for any armed force. A military that is trusted by its people is a military that is truly strong. So, while it may not have the sheer numbers of some of its neighbours, Tunisia's military is a perfect example of a modern, effective force. It's well-equipped, well-trained and strategically savvy. It's a force built for the challenges of the 21st century. Agile, intelligent and resilient. That's why Tunisia, the steady hand of the Mediterranean, secures the number 9 position on our countdown. At number 8, we have a country that is a true crossroads of Africa and the Middle East, Sudan. For decades, Sudan has been a name synonymous with conflict, both internal and with its neighbors. And where there is conflict, unfortunately, there is often a large and battle-hardened military. Sudan's armed forces are formidable in their sheer size and experience, a direct result of the country's turbulent history. It's a military forged in the crucible of constant challenge. The Sudanese armed forces boast one of the largest standing armies on the continent. We're talking about a massive number of active personnel supplemented by a significant paramilitary force, the Rapid Support Forces, or RSF. While the relationship between the army and the RSF has been, let's call it complicated and a source of recent tragic conflict, their combined numbers represent a massive pool of manpower. This sheer scale gives Sudan significant weight in regional security calculations. Sudan's military-industrial complex is also surprisingly robust. Facing years of sanctions, Sudan had to get creative. It developed its own domestic capacity to produce ammunition, armored vehicles, and even some artillery systems. It's the classic story of necessity being the mother of invention. While not always the most technologically advanced, this self-sufficiency ensures their forces can be supplied and maintained even when international relationships are strained. It's a level of independence that many other nations envy. Geopolitically, Sudan's location is its greatest asset and its greatest challenge. It borders 7 countries and has a strategic coastline on the Red Sea, one of the world's most important shipping lanes. This makes Sudan a key player in the stability of North Africa, the Horn of Africa, and the Middle East. What happens in Sudan rarely stays in Sudan. This strategic importance means its military is always a factor in the plans of global and regional powers. However, like Libya, Sudan's greatest challenge is internal unity. The recent conflict between the army and the RSF has been devastating and has fractured its military strength. The path forward is uncertain, but the underlying components, a large population, a domestic arms industry, and decades of combat experience remain. If Sudan can find a path to lasting peace and unify its armed elements, it has the potential to be even higher on this list. For now, its size and history place it firmly at number 8. Moving south, we arrive at number 7, Angola. For those who remember the late 20th century, the Angolan military was one of the most powerful and battle-tested forces on the entire continent. Forged in a long and brutal civil war that became a proxy battleground for the Cold War, the Angolan Armed Forces, or FAA, were a force to be reckoned with. They had experience, they had Soviet-era hardware, and they had a reputation for toughness. After the war ended in 2002, Angola, like many post-conflict nations, turned its focus inward towards rebuilding. The military took a bit of a back seat, but in recent years that has started to change dramatically. Flush with oil revenue, Angola is once again investing heavily in its military, signaling its ambition to reclaim its status as a major regional power. They're not just polishing old medals, they're buying new jets to earn new ones. This reinvestment is evident across all branches of the FAA. The government has been on a shopping spree, looking to modernize its aging fleet of aircraft, upgrade its naval capabilities to protect its extensive coastline and offshore oil fields, and re-equip its ground forces. We're seeing deals for new patrol vessels, transport aircraft and armored vehicles. It's a clear statement that Angola is serious about projecting power and protecting its national interests in the 21st century. Angola's military also benefits from a strong sense of national identity and a professional officer corps that has managed the transition from civil war to peacetime. They have been active participants in regional security initiatives within the Southern African Development Community, or SADC, contributing to peacekeeping and stability missions. This shows a maturity and a desire to be a constructive force in the region, not just a dominant one. It's about being a responsible big brother, not just the biggest one. So when you look at Angola, you see a military with a powerful legacy and an ambitious future. It has the combat experience from its past, the financial resources from its oil wealth, and the political will to modernize. It's a potent combination. As this modernization drive continues, don't be surprised to see Angola climb even higher in these rankings in the years to come. For now, their growing investment and historical strength secure them the number 7 spot. At number 6, we head back north to the Kingdom of Morocco. If Tunisia is the quiet, strategic cousin, Morocco is the impeccably dressed, well-connected one who shows up in a sports car. The Royal Moroccan Armed Forces are widely regarded as one of the most professional, well-equipped and best-trained militaries in Africa. They have a long history of close cooperation with Western powers, particularly the United States and France, and it shows. Morocco's strength lies in its state-of-the-art equipment. The kingdom has invested heavily in acquiring some of the best military hardware money can buy. We're talking about American F-16 fighter jets, Abrams tanks, and advanced air defense systems. This gives them a significant technological edge over many of their neighbors. It's not just about having soldiers. It's about giving those soldiers the best possible tools to do their job. And Morocco takes that very seriously. Training is another cornerstone of Moroccan military doctrine. The Royal Armed Forces participate in numerous joint exercises with NATO and US forces, most famously the annual African Lion exercise, one of the largest on the continent. This constant interaction with some of the world's most advanced militaries ensures that Moroccan troops are up to date on the latest tactics, strategies and technologies. They are perpetually in a state of learning and improving, which keeps them sharp. Of course, we can't talk about the Moroccan military without mentioning the long-standing issue of the Western Sahara. This has been the primary strategic driver for Morocco's military posture for decades. It has forced them to maintain a large, well-equipped force capable of operating in harsh desert environments. While a source of political tension, this situation has also ensured that the Moroccan military remains in a high state of readiness with extensive experience in logistics and desert warfare. In essence, Morocco's military is a polished and professional force. It combines high-tech Western equipment with rigorous training and a clear strategic focus. It is a key security partner for Europe and the US in North Africa, playing a vital role in counter-terrorism and regional stability. This combination of modern hardware, elite training and strategic importance makes the Royal Moroccan Armed Forces a powerful player and a solid number 6 on our list. Cracking our top 5, we journey to the Horn of Africa to find a true giant, Ethiopia. Ethiopia is different. It's one of the few countries in Africa that was never successfully colonized, a fact that fills Ethiopians with immense pride and has shaped a fierce martial tradition that goes back centuries. The Ethiopian National Defense Force, or NDF, is one of the largest and most battle-hardened armies on the continent. When you talk about military power in Africa, you have to talk about Ethiopia. The most striking feature of the ENDF is its sheer size. Ethiopia is the second most populous country in Africa, and it can draw upon a massive pool of manpower. This has allowed it to field one of the largest standing armies in Africa, with a vast number of soldiers who have seen active combat. Recent conflicts, both internal, like the tragic war in Tigray, and external, have given the ENDF extensive, if brutal, modern combat experience. This is not a theoretical army, it's a force that has been tested by fire. Historically, Ethiopia has been a major regional power, and its military has been central to that role. It was a key player in peacekeeping missions, particularly in Somalia with AMISOM, where its troops were known for their effectiveness in tough situations. The NDF has experience operating across different terrains, from the dense urban environments of Mogadishu to the rugged mountains of its own country. This adaptability is a significant strength. However, like some others on this list, Ethiopia's military strength has been complicated by internal strife. The recent civil war has taken a heavy toll, both in human lives and in equipment, and has created deep divisions within the country and its armed forces. Rebuilding that unity and replenishing its arsenal is a major challenge for the government. The conflict has simultaneously given the army experience while also weakening its overall cohesion and resource base. It's a painful paradox. Despite these challenges, Ethiopia's fundamental strengths remain. A massive population, a powerful sense of national identity, a formidable military tradition, and a strategic location in the volatile Horn of Africa. The NDF is a force that has shaped and will continue to shape the destiny of the entire region. It's a historic heavyweight that, despite recent blows, is still very much in the ring. That's why Ethiopia stands strong at number 5. At number 4, we arrive in West Africa and meet its undisputed giant, Nigeria. With the largest population and biggest economy on the continent, it's really no surprise that Nigeria also wields immense military power. The Nigerian armed forces are a massive institution deeply involved in maintaining security not just within Nigeria's own borders, but across the entire West African region. When Nigeria speaks, West Africa listens, and a lot of that is because of the strength of its military. Nigeria's army is, honestly, huge. It's one of the largest ground forces in Africa, and it has been engaged in continuous complex security operations for years. The primary focus has been the long and difficult fight against Boko Haram and other insurgent groups in the country's northeast. This has been a grueling war of attrition, but it has forged the Nigerian army with unparalleled experience in counterinsurgency and asymmetric warfare. They've learned hard lessons that just can't be taught on a parade ground. Beyond its own borders, Nigeria is the backbone of regional security through the Economic Community of West African States, or ECOWAS. Nigerian troops have formed the core of numerous peacekeeping and intervention missions, from Sierra Leone and Liberia in the past to more recent deployments. This role as a regional policeman has given its military extensive experience in logistics, deployment, and multinational operations. They are without a doubt the anchor of stability in a sometimes unstable neighborhood. Nigeria has also been investing in upgrading its military hardware. It has acquired new aircraft from the US, like the A-29 Super Tucano, specifically for its counterinsurgency role, as well as drones from China and armored vehicles from various suppliers. While challenges with maintenance and corruption persist, the intent to modernize and better equip its large force is clear. They're slowly but surely adding more high-tech tools to their massive toolbox. The challenges for Nigeria are significant: internal security threats, ethnic and religious tensions, and logistical hurdles. But its sheer size, its economic engine, and its critical role in regional stability really cannot be overstated. The Nigerian military is a force that is constantly tested, constantly adapting, and absolutely essential to the security architecture of West Africa. It is a true giant in every sense of the word, earning it the number 4 spot on our list. And now for the top 3. Coming in at number 3 is my home country, South Africa. Now, I might be a little biased, but the data backs it up. The South African National Defence Force, or SANDF, is, without a doubt, the most technologically advanced and industrially self-sufficient military in sub-Saharan Africa. While it may not have the sheer numbers of Nigeria or Ethiopia, its strength lies in its sophistication, its training, and its world-class domestic arms industry. South Africa is home to a defense industry that is the envy of the continent. Companies like Denel have produced world-class equipment, from the Royal attack helicopter, one of the best in the world, to the G6 self-propelled howitzer, which has a legendary reputation for its range and accuracy. This industrial base means South Africa isn't just a consumer of military technology, it's a creator. This gives the SANDF a qualitative edge and a degree of strategic independence that is incredibly valuable. The SANDF is a professional, all-volunteer force with a strong emphasis on training and doctrine. Its special forces are considered among the best in the world, and its navy is the most powerful in southern Africa, tasked with patrolling a vast coastline along 2 oceans. South Africa has also been a major contributor to UN and African Union peacekeeping missions, particularly in the Democratic Republic of Congo and Mozambique, where its troops have been involved in heavy fighting. They are peacekeepers, but they are very, very capable warriors. Of course, the SANDF faces its own challenges. Budget cuts in recent years have impacted readiness and the ability to maintain all of its advanced equipment. It's like having a garage full of Ferraris, but struggling to pay for the petrol and insurance. There's an ongoing debate in the country about the right size and funding level for the military, balancing domestic needs with its continental responsibilities. It's a tough balancing act for any government. Despite these budget issues, the fundamental strengths of the SANDF are undeniable. The combination of advanced, domestically produced technology, a professional and well-trained force, and a strong history of regional leadership makes South Africa a military powerhouse. It's a force built on brains and high-tech brawn, not just sheer numbers, and that's what places it firmly in our top 3. Our runner-up at number 2 is a country that operates with immense power but often flies under the radar: Algeria. The Algerian People's National Army is a massive, well-funded and exceptionally well-equipped military. Fueled by decades of oil and gas revenue, Algeria has consistently maintained one of the highest defense budgets in Africa. And they have spent that money wisely, building a force that is second to none in the region. Algeria's military arsenal is breathtaking. They are one of Russia's biggest arms customers, and their shopping list includes some of the most advanced systems Moscow has to offer. We are talking about Su-34 and Su-30 fighter jets, S-400 air defense systems, which is a huge deal, and modern T-90 main battle tanks. Their navy is also formidable, boasting advanced Kilo-class submarines, giving them a powerful strategic capability in the Mediterranean. It's a force designed for high-intensity conventional warfare. The Algerian military is also huge. It has a large number of active duty personnel and a massive reserve force it can call upon. Decades of dealing with its own internal insurgency in the 1990s, the Black Decade forged a tough, experienced and resilient military. They understand counter-terrorism, but unlike many others, they have never lost their focus on maintaining a powerful conventional deterrent against state-level threats. They are prepared for any and every contingency. Geopolitically, Algeria sees itself as a major North African power, often in competition with its neighbour Morocco. This regional rivalry has fueled an arms race that has resulted in both countries having incredibly powerful militaries. Algeria's strategic depth, thanks to its vast size and its focus on overwhelming firepower, make it a truly formidable opponent. They are the quiet, serious heavyweight of the Sahara, who doesn't need to boast because everyone already knows how powerful they are. While it may not have the same international profile as some of the others on this list, make no mistake, the Algerian military is a superpower on the African continent. Its combination of a massive budget, top-tier Russian and Chinese equipment, a large and experienced army, and a clear strategic vision makes it an undeniable force. It is a military built for dominance, and it's more than capable of achieving it, securing its spot as the second strongest in Africa. And that brings us to number 1, the undisputed heavyweight champion, the top of the pyramid, the strongest military force in Africa is and has been for some time, Egypt. The Egyptian armed forces are in a league of their own. They are a massive, technologically advanced and battle-ready military that consistently ranks among the top powers, not just in Africa, but in the entire world. It's a force with ancient roots and ultra-modern teeth. The sheer scale of the Egyptian military is staggering. It boasts one of the largest standing armies in the world, with hundreds of thousands of active personnel and millions in reserve. But it's not just about numbers. Egypt has methodically built a powerful and diverse arsenal, sourcing top-tier equipment from both the West and the East. It's one of the few countries that operates both American Abrams tanks and Russian fighter jets, giving it incredible flexibility. It's like being fluent in multiple languages of power. Egypt's air force is formidable, with a huge fleet of American F-16s, French Rafale jets, and Russian MiG-29s. Its navy is arguably the most powerful on the continent, featuring 2 Mistral-class amphibious assault ships, helicopter carriers, which gives Egypt a power projection capability that no other African nation can match. These ships allow Egypt to land troops, tanks, and helicopters on a foreign shore, a true sign of a global military power. The Egyptian military is also deeply intertwined with the state itself, playing a major role in the country's economy and politics. This ensures it receives a consistent and massive share of the national budget. Furthermore, its strategic location controlling the Suez Canal, a vital artery of global trade, makes Egypt's stability and military strength a primary concern for the entire world. When you control a choke point like the Suez, you have leverage that money can't buy. From its massive manpower and diverse top-of-the-line equipment to its strategic location and unparalleled power projection capabilities, Egypt checks every single box. It is a military designed to dominate its region and project influence far beyond its borders. While all the nations on this list are powerful, Egypt stands a clear step above the rest. The pharaohs of firepower are without a doubt the #1 military force in Africa. And there you have it. From the rising potential of Libya to the undisputed might of Egypt, these are the top 10 strongest military forces in Africa for this year. It's a fascinating look at a continent that is often misunderstood. These nations are not just defined by their pasts, but are actively shaping their futures, and their military strength is a huge part of that story. It's a story of ambition, strategy, and national pride, playing out across deserts, jungles, and oceans. This list shows the incredible diversity of power on the continent. We have nations with massive armies, others with a high-tech edge, and some that combine both. It proves that African strength is not a monolith. It comes in many forms. Of course, rankings like these are always dynamic. Budgets change, new equipment is purchased, and regional dynamics shift. It'll be interesting to see how this list evolves in the years to come. Now, I want to hear from you. Did your country make the list? Do you agree with our rankings? Maybe you think we missed a key factor or underrated a particular nation. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. I read as many as I can, and I love seeing the debate and the pride you all have for your countries. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video.